When I first played Bit.Trip.Runner, I wasn't a big fan. I got stuck in the first zone, and I quit playing pretty soon. But once I proceeded past it, I learned to love this game. Welcome to Let's Play Bit.Trip.Runner. It's the fourth installment under the Bit.Trip moniker, a series of rhythm games, each with their own gameplay mechanics. This one happens to be a platformer. My name is Waga, and in this Let's Play we're gonna get a perfect score in each level. Let's start running. That right there is the player character, Commander Video. Before we get to the game, we're gonna switch the difficulty to perfect. It doesn't actually change anything inside the game, but it won't allow us to miss a single collectible, so it's just there to make sure I'm not gonna miss anything. The game consists of 3 zones, each with 11 levels and a boss fight. And, excuse me for a second, will you? Sorry, it's just that I love that bit in the music. Now, I'm going to explain the game mechanics as the game goes on, but I will be quiet for the majority of it because it is a rhythm game and I don't want to spoil the mood. The game is an auto-scroller, which means all we have to do is enter inputs to avoid incoming obstacles. Right now all we can do is jump. That is a core piece. It makes us go from hyper to mega. The next one will make us go. The one after that will make us go. They give us points, they give us a trail, and they change the background music. Picking up the last one will make us go. There's the first level. We got all the gold, which means we get to play the retro challenge level. Each level has a retro challenge. The graphics seem to be influenced by Pitfall on the Atari 2600. And there's a constant stream of gold throughout these stages. They are a lot harder than the levels themselves, at least at this point. Well, we collected every piece of gold. That nets us a perfect score. We are going to get a perfect for every stage in the game. That means collecting every piece of gold from the levels themselves and the retro challenges that follow them. Playing on perfect also won't allow us to skip any core pieces, so naturally we'll be getting all of those as well. See that piece of gold right there? Learning to grab those is your first concern if you want to get a perfect. That piece of gold next to the obstacle I mentioned? There won't be a shortage of those in the retro challenges. Right from the get-go, it expects you to know how to grab those. The third stage introduces sliding. It's pretty self-explanatory. Creating patterns with the rainbow trail is pretty much this game's equivalent of jumping through boss doors in Mega Man. Now that we know how to slide, of course we're going to see that in the retro challenges as well. As you'll notice from the positioning of the gold, retro challenges have quite a steep difficulty curve. It's quite a contrast to the levels themselves, because they've been really tame up to this point, but believe me, it will change as the game goes on. Level 4 introduces UFOs and has some more alternate paths. We don't get the luxury of choosing our route though, because only one of the paths always has gold in it. Since we're now acquainted with the alternate paths, the retro challenges, of course, have them as well. Whoops! Well, that's what happens if you miss a piece of gold on perfect. You'll have to beat the level from scratch. Not just the retro stage either, oh no! To get another shot at the retro challenge, we'll have to beat 1-4 again with a perfect score. But of course I'm not gonna make you sit through that. One 5 introduces the kick ability. The input lasts for 1/4 of a 4/4 beat, and it's used to break these purple crystals. It doesn't work on any other obstacle we've seen. Interestingly enough, the retro challenges do not use the kick ability, but I suppose they have enough going on even without that. Now pay attention when we get to the end of this tunnel here. These gold bars right here, you can't get them with a normal jump. You have to press down the jump key to hover for a little bit. It's barely noticeable, but it's absolutely crucial if you want to get a perfect in this game. And the game? It never tells you that. It was literally the one thing that kept me from beating this game. And it wasn't until I watched Ambisagrus' Let's Play that I learned about it. So thank you, Ambisagrus, you actually made me enjoy this game. Oh, hello, Junior Melchkin. How you doing? The retro challenges are getting harder and harder. They require quite precise inputs in quick succession. Another arc of gold you can only get if you know how to hover. I find it really odd that you're supposed to figure that out on your own. One 7 introduces springs, which are these pink blocks on the ground. If you press up while you're on top of them, they send you flying. Slowly but surely, the difficulty ramps up in the stages. We aren't going to see anything mercilessly difficult for a while yet, but we already have 4 different inputs. And before long, the game is gonna throw some pretty serious combos our way. Of course, the springboards are now incorporated into the retro challenges too. Well, that's as good a place as any to call it quits for now. Next time we'll beat the rest of Zone 1. I'll see you then.